Okay, so now I'm going to add the effects to these colored squares. I'm going to start out with this as the background, and then add like some fade ins from transparency into opaque, and maybe some just like some twirls and size transformation animations now. So let's add some motion tweens now. So we'll go insert motion tween, and so now since I didn't already create the symbol like we did on the last assignment, I'm going to hit OK, and that will create it for us. So I'm going to go to the next one, so this one, and insert motion tween. OK, and we'll go down here, insert motion tween. OK, do the bottom right, and I'm just clicking on here, and that actually selects the layer. So we'll do insert motion tween. Okay, so now I got motion tweens on all of my blocks. So now I can gotta go in and add some animation. So let's see, I'll start with the top left. Let's go into my properties, and let me select that. We'll do a color effect. Like I said, I was going to do an alpha. See, now I want it to fade in from 0 to 100, so I'm going to keep that to 100. And since I changed it a little bit there, it did give me my keyframe. It automatically created a keyframe. I'm going to go here to the first frame now. I'm going to have to select the box again, and I'm going to select 0. Now I'm going to scrub. I'm going to grab my playback, and you can see it fades in now. And now I'm going to have maybe I'll have them kind of stagger in. So on the next one, we'll do this one. So top right, and we'll add some animation to that. So let's okay, I'm going to I think I'm going to go on this frame. I'm going to click on the frame above, click down below. This one about like this frame right here. I'm going to hit a right click, insert keyframe, and I think I'm going to do a position and a scale and a rotation. So I'm just going to do all. And let's go back to the first frame. And we'll do a position. So that's my position. Okay, good. That worked. I want to bring it out here. I'm going to have it get smaller. So I'm going to grab my transformation tool and right click and drag. It's getting away from me though now. Okay. Yeah, so that kind of goes from large to, from small to large. It kind of jumps in there. Let's do maybe try rotation. So on the first frame, I'm going to rotate this. Yeah, something like that. Okay. I'll do something similar down to this one also. I'm going to stagger it. So once again, I'm going to go to this. Sometimes we go down below and select, and then go above and then select, and then right click, and then insert keyframe all. And that's sort of like my hold keyframe right there. Okay, now I'm going to move it out here, scale it. Maybe I'll move the anchor down here to the bottom and and try that and see if that gives me a little different effect when I try to rotate it. Yep. Yep, except on my first frame, wait, it's this frame I wanted to have at the end. So I reversed them. Let me Command Z that. So let me move it. Transform. Let's see if that, okay, that's better. Now let me try rotating. There we go. Okay, now let me try and move that anchor and see if that does anything. It does a little something different. It just moves it to a different spot, though. Yeah, that's something different. Not too different, but you can always try to experiment. And then, unless we'll do another. A color effect with the alpha. And so I'm going to my bottom right here. When I click down, click up, right click, insert keyframe, all, and let's see. Let me click that again. There's my color effect. Go to alpha, and looks like it gave me a keyframe there. And let me go to my first frame and click it again and go to 0. That way they all kind of fade in. Well, the orange ones kind of jump in and the blue ones kind of fade in. Okay. Now if I want to go and play with the timing of it, I can go here and click above, click on my keyframes, and click and drag these to get the timing right. Okay. So now I want to add my logo. So I'm already selected on my bottom right. I'm going to click on my new layer. And let me double click there and change the name. I'm going to call this my logo. I'll call it parrot. Yep, I don't like that space. Okay. So go in my library, find my logo. And whoops, that's why you want to lock your layers. So let's lock the lower layers. And let's give it a motion tween. So I'm going to select it, insert motion tween like I've been doing. And it looks like it did. It didn't. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It was already if you see over here, it was already a motion. I mean, a symbol. So I didn't have to change. That didn't even have to change. Okay, so now I just moved it, and it gave me a little bit of a motion. Whoops, too many. I'm gonna hit Command Z to go back, and all right, I hit Command Y. It still moved it. Well, I'm gonna go and click because I don't want it to move like that. So I'm gonna click on that, right click, clear keyframe, all. Yeah, okay. I don't think I can move it now without it giving me a keyframe. So yeah, see, it does that. So that means it had a keyframe at the beginning. I probably wanted to remove that one. Clear keyframe all. Still has a slight one. Clear keyframe all. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to select my logo and let's try to give it a 3D effect with the 3D rotation tool. I'll have it kind of maybe a little bit like that. Maybe a little bit to the center. Oh, now I gave it some more movement. And let's try it. Wow. Kind of wants to keep going back, so I'm kind of trying to keep rotating it. Well, like I say, just kind of experimenting. So it's got some crazy movements, 3D. And let's go ahead and give it another, because we didn't do any filters yet. So I'm going to select this, and on my filters, I'm going to do a blur. And so at the end, I want it to be clear. So I'm going to do a 0 blur on that frame. And in the very beginning, we'll give it quite a bit of a blur. So we'll move it up to like, we're just going to make it almost transparent. You can blur it so much so that it just blurs as it gets to the end, like that. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll add another layer. I'll call it text. Add a little text, little come to our park type of thing. Maybe water and fun, or something like that. See, text, and say I want to change the color maybe to a yellow so it stands out. And we'll center it. See, there's the letter spacing. There we go. I wanted my letters in between. Something like that. Okay, now Maybe we'll give this one a motion tween too. So insert motion tween, and that didn't turn into a symbol, did it? So I'll do modify convert to symbol. Let's call it text. Maybe clip. Okay. Now we'll go back to my 3D. And maybe I'll have it. Maybe I'll do a, let's see, can I give this a, let's see if I can do that, give that an alpha. Give that 100 there. I'm just gonna move it a little bit and give it to 0. There we go. Huh. And it's just not letting me do it. There it goes. There fades in and gets kind of crazy. Okay. And maybe one last thing. I never did cover this in class. Maybe we'll do it. See if I can get the camera to work here, even though it seems to act kind of crazy on the 3D stuff. Okay, so I added a camera, and let's do insert motion tween. So now the camera has a motion tween, and let's also give this an insert keyframe, and since it might with the camera, all of these are probably usable, so we'll just do an all, insert keyframe all. And so I want it to hold there. Let me move it over a little bit, and I'm going to try to zoom it in. And you use this tool. I'll try to zoom in on the parrot. Okay. Now, let me get my loop. Go to the end and play it. See how that looks. Okay. Let me clip it. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit more. Huh? No, just some weird stuff. So probably too much stuff for 3 minutes. I probably would try to play around with my timing, make it all a little bit slower. But I won't do that here. But I probably would change these keyframes and kind of change them and kind of space them out a little bit more and make it maybe make all the animation a little bit longer. where you can kind of see all the stuff kind of happen. In order to kind of view it, you can do Control Test. And like I said, the camera doesn't work good on that. Okay, that's how you do that. And now if you want to publish it, go File, Publish Settings, and make sure you have your Flash and your HTML wrapper. Go to your folder. Mine's on the desktop. Assignment 4, so that's the right one. I do Save. For this, I'm just going to do Replace. And down here, you can see, you will see Publish. You can't see it on mine, sorry. And then OK. And then you should see an HTML and an SWF. And there's the SWF. And we'll call that done for now.